If you love Wendy's classic chocolate and vanilla Frosty flavors, we have some big news. There are all new Frosty Swirl and Frosty Fusion flavors, so it's the same creamy treat you've always loved, now with a flavor refresh. So what are these new flavors? Okay, we've got the Frosty Swirls, strawberry, brownie batter, and caramel, and the Frosty Fusions, Oreo brownie, caramel crunch, and Pop-Tart strawberry. You can even get one at midnight or later, a refresh on a classic.
Gotta be Wendy's.
Welcome to the 4-Point Play podcast presented by Wendy's. My name is Alexis Davis and I'm your co-host. And today we are joined by a fan favorite, Aziaha James.
Hey y'all.
A long list of accolades, but today we had to keep it short to just a couple. 757 native, number 12 overall pick in this year's draft, 2024 first team all ACC, 2025 first team all ACC, 2022 all freshman team, and a Final Four appearance in 2024. So we're just happy that you're here. So since the name of the podcast is the 4-Point Play, so the reason why we named that is because when you really just capitalize on a 4-point play in a game, it's really maximizing your points. Not only did you knock down the three, but now you're at the line getting ready to knock down your extra points. So just in your life, how would you say you maximize each experience?
I don't know, just going day by day, a lot of adversity hit my life and, just trying to just push through and, stay with the people that's near me and, just keep going, keep pushing myself.
So as we mentioned earlier, this episode is sponsored by Wendy. So we're going to do a quick Frosties taste test on camera for you guys. We're keeping it traditional with vanilla because we like to keep it a little regular. We don't like to mix and mingle too much, but we're going to try the vanilla Frosty.
Let's get it.
Okay, so again, like I mentioned, we have vanilla. So we're going to take a little scoop. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zah beating me to
sorry,
it. I'm slow. So I'm 10 out of 10. What you think?
Definitely 10 out of 10.
Okay, period, Wendy's.
Clock it. No, this ain't good for real.
Hold on, I said one. I told Zah off camera one scoop, but we gonna.
Another one.
Okay, we got real questions to answer. Okay, so Dallas, had you been to Dallas before getting drafted?
A few times. My brother lived in Houston, so, I was mainly Houston, but, we'll take trips to Dallas on and off, so a few times.
So how are you liking the city so far?
It's good. The temperature, I'm trying to get used to it.
Especially today is hot.
Yes. Today is definitely hot, but overall, I'm starting to get into barbecues, more Mexican food, so, I'm starting to adjust very well.
So this year, like, all of y'all have handshakes. Like, usually it's just like 4 players or like, and they're all like unique. So when y'all are coming up with them, like, what are the steps? Y'all just be like, okay, hold on, we got to make something cool. Like, what are the steps?
I base my handshakes off your personality. Like, I got one with Preston, so I do one with him with lifting. P, I feel like me and her, we always having fun with each other, so we always competitive. So I feel like rock, paper, scissors, shoes is a good one. And then one with Lee, I got her to pick me up because she's the biggest one on the court, so might as well. So yeah, personality-wise.
And I guess just in general, the overall camaraderie of the group, just having fun, whether if it's traveling at a home game or whatever. Just, I know at NC State, you had your community around you, and now you're trying to find community in Dallas. How has it been to be able to find that community within your teammates?
Yeah, I think from the start, even when my name was called, I felt the grace that Dallas embraced me with. Just coming to training camp, all the vets that, just helped the rookies just break through the rookie wall. It was so grateful to have them there and, just to keep having them there to lean on and learn from.
So before the draft, did you have a feeling you would go at 12, or like going into it, not necessarily what were your expectations, but like just going into it, what were some of your thoughts?
I was just really in the moment. I was just happy to be at that table, happy to be with my family, and, just to also see, my former teammate get her name chosen as well. So, I was just waiting for that moment just to hear my name. So I didn't care what number. I was just so grateful just to hear that 12th big pick.
And I know like the coverage of women's basketball hasn't been as strong as it is now. So I know there was plenty of times at NC State where there was a bunch of media at your practice after. There was some times where there was no media. So just like all of those moments of you and Sanaya really grinding it out at NC State to prepare yourselves to get drafted, what was it like to go through all of that with her, and then now you're at the highest level competing against each other and with at the at the same time?
Yeah, it was very hard. Definitely, my journey was very hard. My freshman year, I had a many vets on my team, so I didn't play as much. Leading to my sophomore year, we had a very downfall year. Then me and Snide got together that next summer, and we had to grind. So that's when we went to the Final Four, and my senior year was a great year with her. So just seeing those type of movements that we made, it just made a difference in our mindset. So where we got to be and like who we wanted to be. Yeah.
So when Sanaya transferred in and you all started playing together, working out together, practicing, when did you know, like, okay, like we're about to be good this year?
Yeah, like right when she stepped on campus, like we instantly gelled quick. Like that was my dog from the start. So once I felt that communication and chemistry between her, I already knew it was gonna hit the roof.
And then even going back to the draft, like you were on a bunch of best dressed lists this year for the draft. So going into picking out your outfit, was it I want to do something out of the box? Was it I want to do a take on a classic silhouette? Like what was your mindset of like? Because I know sometimes it's like kind of like when it's like a birthday. You know how they have that joke where it's like birthday makeup. It's like why you got the glitter? Why you got like you? Sometimes people sometimes don't know how to just be a regular enhanced version of themselves. Sometimes they do too much. So for you, what were your thoughts as far as like putting together an outfit?
I felt like for that day, like you can't be regular. Like you gotta like stay out the box. I just told my stylist, I said, do whatever you want. I'm with whatever. This not how I usually dress, but today's the day to not be myself and show people like what else can I do.
So when you were looking for a stylist, was that a stylist you were already working with, or did someone recommend them to you?
My agent through the Fam Sports. So yeah, she's a very good stylist. She styles all the Fam Sports athletes. So just be looking out for Sid. She's upcoming for sure.
So when you're working with a stylist, do you give them like I want this, this, and this, or do you try to keep it broad and let them do their thing?
So it's kind of both. So I show them my styles on how do I dress on a regular and what I like and don't like, and then I tell them just pick from there and just do whatever you want with whatever.
So that moment happens. You get drafted. Well, first, actually, let's go back. Sanaya gets drafted.
Yes.
And just the joy that just was seen on your face, like me and one of our other content producers, we actually got to go. We were probably the first people that you guys met in person.
Yes.
But just watch her get drafted, what was that moment like for you? And then we'll go into what it was like for you to get drafted.
Yeah, it was so surreal because all the things that she went through in her life and, things that she overcame. And just to hear her name and, it was so gracious. And I was just so happy just to see that. And then for me, like I said with Sanaya, I've been through a lot. Losing my brother in 2020, facing adversity through college, thinking about giving up. So just to hear my name on the first round, my family was just so happy. So, I love that.
So we talked a little bit about your draft outfit and just dressing in general. So is there, out of all the brands out there, clothing brands, is there one brand that you're like, y'all should call me at some point?
Oh, brand? I really don't have one. Let me think.
Well, I say this might be a shameless plug, so think of something.
Minimal. I ain't gonna lie. Their clothes be tough. I like their like oversized jeans and oversized cargos. So Minimum, hey, come hit my DM.
I like their stuff because it's oversized, but it still look like it fit. You know how like sometimes oversized clothes look like you swimming in the clothes, but it's like the waist is still kind of tight, but then it's still like when it's fitting down the leg, it doesn't look like is that her clothes or is she wearing her brother clothes?
For
like
sure.
Which one is that?
Like I like that.
But no, I definitely get what you're saying with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now going into wings. Y'all have been this rookie group. I don't know what y'all drinking. I don't know if it's the Gatorade. I don't know if y'all change y'all sheets at night. I don't know what y'all been doing, but y'all have just been really coming together and just playing with so much confidence. So you get your first start, I think June 17th. Yeah, June 17th. Look at me go. Were you nervous? Were you excited? Like what was that like for you?
I mean, the pregame, probably I was nervous, but when tip off, and in my position, I can't be nervous. You just next woman up. I gotta, help my team out any way I can, and just go. So I feel like just trying to give off the spark for this team. I feel like that's my job.
So career high
Yeah.
against Mercury, 28.
Mhm.
What was flowing for you that game? And then also too, like, how do you know, like, okay, I'm in the zone?
Yeah. Once I see a couple shots hit the bucket get bigger. We was playing team ball, so we was getting each other open. And when the flow of the game is like that, I feel like it's easier for players to, just to get in their groove and, just knock a shot down.
And then that game too, like not only did you have a career high, JJ played good
Mhm.
and Paige played good. So at the end, having you three do your post game interview together, just those shared moments, what is that like for you?
Yeah, it just shows the chemistry we have together, and we always say we all we got. So, we love each other like we're sisters, and we're gonna fight for each other in the end of the day.
So kind of going back to the ACC days a
Yeah.
little bit, 36 against Duke.
Mhm.
That game for you, it was like, okay, it's coming. She just keeps scoring more and then more and more. And it just was like, okay, it's just, there was no drop off. So going back to that game a little bit, did you have similar feelings in that game and in the Mercury game? Or was it more just so
Oh, that was
I'm
a
a
rival.
basketball
No, that was a
player and
rival
I
game.
get right
Now,
against Duke?
yeah,
Yeah.
they had that coming. Duke, we don't like those dark blues, so they had that coming for sure. We had to get on. I think we was down halftime a lot, so we had to get on our horses, and yeah, for sure.
Was it anything like that coach said to you in the locker room, or was it just you locking in with yourself?
Oh, he tore those paint walls down. Like he yelled at us so crazy. Just just play defense and just not let them come in our gym and punch us first. So we had to set up straight and get the job done.
So going back to trying to pick a school to go to, I feel
Mhm.
like that in itself can be very overwhelming because at that point, usually you're 17, 18, or 19.
Yeah.
And now, like, and where you go really can change the whole trajectory
Yes.
of, like, I'm sure you've seen people fall off. I'm sure you've seen people go and get the support they needed and be even better than they ever were in high school. Like,
Mhm.
that can really change the trajectory. So for you, picking NC State, what were some things that you were looking for in a school?
Yeah, it was very hard. I had mainly all ACC schools except for University of Florida. I really liked the Coach Kelly that's coaching right now. But when I went on like stepped on state campus, like you can just feel like the love and like the chemistry that the fans that bring to the stadium, and it's a college town, so everyone knows about the state basketball and football, whatever. So just to see that and the community that comes around and the coaching staff leading to the players, I feel like it was a great fit for me.
Was there like another school that was like 1B that you were like, I don't know if because I know talking to Enrique, she told me she like Ohio State. I had no
Mhm.
idea about that. So just like for you, was there any school that was like 1B? I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do.
the University of Florida.
Okay, for
The
you,
Gators,
okay.
yeah.
Where I mean that's far from
It was
home.
far. That
That
was
didn't scare
far.
you
It's
at
like,
all.
yeah, it scared me a little bit. I was like, oh shoot, like, cause it stays only 3 hours away from home. So I
Mhm.
was like, I might as well go ahead and go to NC State, cause it's like right there. My family can. My mom went to every game. I think she only missed like 2 games out of my whole college career. So that was a plus for me. So I feel like that was my spot. That was my home.
And then like just looking at March Madness, it's either you win or you
Then
go
you go
home.
home.
So like going into that tournament, you're like, okay,
Mhm.
we won again, and then now you look up and you're at the Final Four.
Mhm.
What is the journey like of March Madness from a player perspective?
Oh my gosh! So it just starts off with Selection Sunday, where you just see all the brackets go, whatever, and you see your bracket and you see who you're facing, and the first 2 rounds are basically like the schools you're supposed to beat, but they always come out with that grit. So we knocked down those two. We knocked down the first one. Sorry. Then we get to Tennessee at home, and Tennessee that year was crazy. Had Rakia Jackson, many other players. So then we knocked off them, and then we came to another big school, which was Stanford, who they had Cameron Brink at the time, and many people did not go our way in all of the selections. It was Stanford over NC State, so we had that grit. I think we were down like 15 at halftime, so he yelled at us in that locker room, and we got our stuff together, and we came out with a good second half, and I think I scored 20 something that half, and
You
we won
did.
that game. Yeah, Then we had another big game, which was supposed to be our biggest game against the University of Texas, which they had Madison and many others, and we killed that game from the start, and we took it. So just to see that, I think that was the second time in state history. So just to even give him that and just give our community that, it felt very good.
So when a tournament like that is moving so fast and you always have to like, okay, that game is behind us, we got to compete. In that moment, during March Madness, did you take a second to say like, I am in March Madness right now? Like, do you think you ever kind of took a moment to really just realize where you were at?
I don't think I really like took a second until after we won that Final Four. It was like, oh my God, like we really just did that. Like it was crazy because our men's also was on the same run as us. So that whole little run was crazy.
So I was talking to another player and they said like in college, like you guys pretty much stay on your side. Like I'm with my team, you with your team. But like with the W, like during warm-ups, like you'll see a player go over to the other team and hug them, and like it's a much more like just like honestly, like you and Sanaya, we were in Connecticut. You went over there, y'all was dancing, party, whoop whoop. All right, let's go get serious.
Yeah.
But like, did that surprise you? Like, was that weird for you too?
To embrace, I feel like college
not to embrace Sanaya, but I'm saying like to
not
see like the W, like literally like everyone's just back and forth saying hi to everyone.
I think it's flipped. I think college is weird because why are you like? I mean, I get we about to play each other, but still, like I feel like in women's basketball, I feel like you still can embrace the other player if you know them or whatever. But yeah, I don't see that meme against. I feel like that's weird. I feel like the WNBA it gives more love and gives more like a good hand or whatever. I feel like that's normal.
Yeah, because I mean, I think like obviously like there's like the tiffs that go on, but at the end of the day, like
we're still
here. There's less than 200 people that will ever get to experience what you, and there's a whole 200,000 people that wish that they. So I think that you guys really look at that and say like, even though we're about to play each other and I'm really trying to bust you, I want to still
see you
embrace
do good.
you.
Yeah, like I love people that like want to see you do good. So yeah.
So is there anything you miss about college? Like one thing that you're like, dang, that was good times.
Let's see. Just playing in Rennes Coliseum, like if you ever been in Rennes, like the floor, our gym is small, so it's like the fans are like right on you. You can just like feel that heat. Another one would be like after coming back from the Final Four. I think we came back like 3:00 in the morning. It was like so many people outside the bus just waiting for us at 3:00 in the morning. I missed that so much. The fans was crazy. I love those fans.
No, that's really good because I think sometimes with women's basketball, people try to say like, oh, it's just now getting hot. But I'm like, no, there's people that have been dedicated, been showing up all times of night. Yes. And even like the international players, like I was talking to Louisa, she was saying that there's an 8-hour time difference. So like when her family is watching her games, like most people are in their country sleeping, so just like that dedication is not something
like people don't understand.
So looking at all the coaches that you've had, I feel like coaching is so important, whether that person becomes a mentor or whatever that looks like. Looking back on all the coaches, who would you say has been like your most influential coach?
I mean, for right now, I feel like Coach Moore. I've been with him so long. He's seen the dog in me. He practically raised me for 4 years and treated me as his daughter as such. But he also pushed me to the person I am today, and forever grateful for him.
And then favorite teammate ever?
Ever? Oh my God, ever?
Or you can say a couple if you feel like, oh, dang, I don't want to leave nobody out.
Don't put me out like that. They gonna come at my head.
You can say a couple.
Okay, for sure, Sanaya, like my twin. Definitely JJ. We've been there for sandbox days. Paige. I don't know. I love everybody. Everybody that's on my team.
I love everybody.
Everybody that's on my team, I love them so much. Like you can't go wrong with my always gonna make you laugh. So I love all them. Like all them my sisters for sure.
Oh, I love everybody. That's cute. Okay, fan questions. So we have 3. So the first one is from Hannah TBR. Let me try you again, Hannah. Hannah BFR. And she asked, did you gift yourself anything for being drafted?
Did I gift myself? I really didn't. I didn't.
Okay, so you just
I
got
paid my
straight to the
car
grind.
note. That's a gift.
Yeah. Okay. PBJ_5. What was your most, okay, I think she meant to say, what was your most memorable game at NC State? I think that's what she meant.
Oh, it definitely had to be the Notre Dame game. That game was crazy. College game day. Yeah, that game was crazy.
What would you say? I watched it, but for people that didn't watch it, like
Not behind the
what,
back
like,
layup. Not behind the back layup was T.
okay, last one. Araya Haida. Yeah, Araya_Haida. What is your favorite WNBA memory so far?
Memory. Um, well, my first breakout game. That I felt like that set me free when we played Connecticut. Yeah, I feel like that one really got me off to. Now I know I'm here. Know what I gotta do. So let's do it. So yeah, that game was for sure.
Okay, so thank you to everyone who sent in your questions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. We're so happy to have Aziaha here on the podcast, and we can't wait to catch you at the next one.
Deuces.